Thank you, Peter. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of our chairman, our board, and our incredible colleagues, welcome to the 45th anniversary of the Energy Intelligence Forum. Thank you for the opportunity to address this distinguished group of leaders. Energy intelligence has monitored and analyzed the energy industry for over 70 years of geopolitical and resource competition. And I can say that today we are at a critical juncture. The energy transition and geopolitics are colliding, creating both high risks and formidable challenges. What we aim to understand is how these two forces shape one another within the current political, economic, and technological landscape. One must acknowledge that the energy transition is now a dominant theme in a global policy. Even if the commitments may not have satisfied the planet's needs, nations are, however, committing to ambitious climate targets which will develop new policies and advance technology. With the advent of the second Trump administration, many questions are raised as to how the transition will be impacted. Hopefully, this conference will try to answer these questions. To set the premise, movement forward for sustainable, affordable, dependable, renewable energy and carbon neutrality is gaining momentum in the minds of global leaders. However, this shift also recalibrates the power dynamics that are moving us from a fossil fuel-centered world order to one where renewables and critical minerals, as well as new technologies, take prominence. In the process, countries previously dominated by oil and gas exports are being forced to rethink their economic foundations, while resource-rich countries, especially those with reserves in lithium, cobalt, and rare earths, are becoming the essential players in this new global puzzle. Consider that many mineral supplies are in the concentration or concentrated hands of a few countries. For instance, China refines more than 60% of the world's lithium and cobalt, and over 80% of rare earth minerals. These resources are essential to most energy transition technologies. This geographic concentration introduces new vulnerabilities. Just as fossil fuel dependencies have shaped global security concerns for decades, so too will dependencies on critical mineral supplies shape the energy transition. Geopolitical tensions are rising, with supply chain bottlenecks and export controls that could disrupt the clean energy progress, affecting global economies and putting the energy transition at risk. We also see that economic trends are amplifying these tensions, with high inflation, shifting trade alliances, and the lasting impacts of recent global crises. Governments are increasingly aware of the economic and security risks tied to their energy supply options. We are witnessing a surge in policies promoting resource nationalism and friendshoring. The United States Inflation Reduction Act, Europe's Critical Raw Materials Act, and similar policies reflect a strategic pivot towards a sourcing and manufacturing closer to home or with trusted partners. Now, while these policies aim to reduce dependency, they also increase the potential for trade conflicts and fragmentation as countries strive to secure their own positions in the energy transition. On a technological front, advances are both a driving force and a solution. Green hydrogen, next-generation nuclear, and enhanced energy storage technologies are promising breakthroughs that could decentralize the production of energy and ease some geopolitical pressures. The role of AI is accelerating the pace of change itself, but will increase global energy demand. Technology and innovation also offer tools to recycle and repurpose critical minerals, helping to reduce dependency on new extraction. However, these advances, as well as further exploration, require significant investment and international cooperation to scale effectively. We cannot afford to let the competition for critical resources outpace the collaboration necessary to advance these vital transition technologies. We must encourage innovation and investment in sustainable technology and infrastructure. Whether in direct financing, incentives, or partnerships, we have a role to play in accelerating the deployment of clean technologies and diversifying the supply chain. This is not just about reducing emissions. It is also about ensuring energy security in an uncertain geopolitical climate. So what does this mean for leaders? We need to communicate and champion the importance of resilience in this transition. Stakeholders at all levels, investors, policymakers, and the public need to understand that the energy transition will not be free from risks. We will discuss these important themes in detail over the next 3 days in our now dual track, as Peter said, conference. The conversation of the century, in its fitting venue, Saison, Seasons of Change, can be found on the lobby floor, which will cover the transition challenges and opportunities. While right here, we continue to cover all aspects of the world's most important and dynamic national and international energy companies and their capital requirements and trajectory as they both further exploration and production while they pivot to a cleaner approach to delivering the world's energy needs. We will face supply chain challenges, regional disruptions, and economic volatility. But if we approach these challenges proactively, we can mitigate them and build a future where sustainable energy and economic resilience and global stability are mutually reinforcing. In conclusion, we stand at crossroads where energy transition and geopolitics intertwine more deeply than ever before, notwithstanding ongoing wars that can bring the world to its knees. Our choices now will determine not only how we navigate today's complexities, but also the stability and the prosperity of future generations to come. The history of our industry's efforts to foster international cooperation on energy infrastructure to provide the world's energy needs for economic growth and human progress are examples of how cooperation might look on a geopolitical level. We need foresight, collaboration, and determination to help drive the world towards a more sustainable, resilient, and secure energy future. To take you through this upcoming agenda, I'm pleased to hand you over to Alex Schindler, President of Energy Intelligence, and I wish you a very impactful next 3 days. Thank you.